Did you ever think about how cool it would be if you could automate transactions on a DEX? Instead of buying or selling and seeing how slippage can impact you by 10% or maybe a lot worse, exactly when you want to execute that transaction because of the lack of liquidity, if you could just place an order and let it sit there at a fixed price instead. Let's find out how the Oak Network team are making this possible. Let the chaos begin. Welcome to Cryptos Chain. My name is Claudio. Oak Network is a parachain on Polkadot and Kusama under a different name. Oak have been founded in October of 2020 and have been working hard to automate in a secure and trustless manner. Oak will also develop a payments and finance infrastructure for Web3. Now, to get into the details so that you can understand what they can offer us through their platform, which is still under development. We'll be able to organize a payment stream and a recurring future task. This is a very interesting feature because many of us have been arguing that we don't see many real-world utilities in Web3. But once they build it will be a very clear example of real-world utility, as you'll be able to use a platform to get paid for your Web3 tasks or job. Another feature is the automated and trustless trading. We'll be able to place orders of buys and sells on a DEX without using a smart contract or third party, or worse, delegate our private keys to someone who could drain our wallet. A third feature is one where events or actions get triggered within a smart contract automatically. For example, if we were to play a game which uses a smart contract, when the blockchain gets to a certain block, we may want to stop certain activities from being executed. For example, a quest which was part of an in-game event. Right now we can't do this without some manual intervention by the team, which may require an upgrade of the game. This is the dApp that the Oak team will deploy, where we'll be able to perform a lot of these automation tasks. Here we can see that we'll be able to add a condition where it comes to buying ETH or DOT automatically every day or every week, or when it reaches a certain price. We'll also be able to make the purchase with fiat directly because the team will integrate a payment provider to open that fiat gateway. Now, looking at the tokenomics of the Oak Network parachain. Cryptocurrency is a utility type and uses the ticker symbol OAK. We can use it for transactions on the parachains, for automated payments when the feature will launch, delegations as a validator, to secure the network is another utility, or stakers who wish to delegate to a validator and generate those staking rewards. Will also be used for governance voting in referendums organized by the team at first, and maybe later they will also migrate to open governance like there is on Kusama right now, and a bit later this year on Polkadot. It's going to be used for a DAO as well, which will be discussing a lot of the upcoming features and experiments that will get built on Oak Network. And the last utility being for developers. Oak will have a total of 1 billion coins, but no actual cap because it will have a 5% annual inflation. I'll also explain how that's going to get divided in a moment. In this diagram we can see how they're allocating the coins and to which parties. Only 3% were allocated to the crowd loan contributors, the team get 15%, and a larger part is allocated to the ecosystem reserve fund for the necessary costs of running the platform. Here we can see how the 5% inflation is also being distributed. 1% goes to the collators, 2.5% to the nominators who stake with those collators, and 1.5% goes to the future parachain self-funding lease. Team have also created a deflationary function from which a part of the transaction fee will be burned. However, keep in mind that the percentage will be very tiny compared to the 5% annual inflation unless a very large number of transactions will take place. We take a heck of a lot of transactions to burn 50 million OAK, and so that inflation will always offset the burning mechanism, and it's very improbable to get a large burn in a year. Like many other parachains in the Polkadot ecosystem, Oak Network also have a canary parachain. It's called Turing Network, and it was the first one to be launched on Kusama around the start of 2022. Turing uses a different cryptocurrency, but the tokenomics are the same as Oak Networks, the difference being that TUR is the ticker symbol for the Turing parachain. Now, financial advice, but if you are interested in knowing where it can be obtained, Mangata X, which is a DEX on Kusama, is the only place where TUR is currently traded on the open market, and they have yet to list on a centralized exchange, and at the time of recording this video it's priced at around 1.6 cents per coin. In order to benefit from the best liquidity, the recommended pair to use is KSM to MGX, then use MGX to get TUR, as the KSM TUR pair has very little liquidity and you will see major slippage. Unfortunately, I haven't done a tutorial to show you how to use Mangata X, but it is on the way. However, I will post a link to the website if you are interested to go through it and check it out. Ultimately, to keep it simple, the steps to get TUR is to first teleport KSM from Kusama's relay chain to Mangata's parachain through the Mangata X DEX, There's a deposit function to do that. Then you swap KSM for MGX and then MGX for Tour, and then you can teleport that Tour from Mangata's parachain over to Turing Network's parachain to be able to stake or simply hold it through MangataX's withdrawal function. I can however tell you that Turing Network's staking APY is very good, even now that it's been so many months since launch, and it's sitting at a whooping 88% APY right now. Staking rewards get automatically sent to your wallet as well, so they don't actually get auto compounded and you don't need to claim them. The reason why the APY is still high is likely because they're not on a centralized exchange where there's a lot more liquidity so people can buy it and stake it. So due to the lower amount of Tor coins and staking on collators sharing those rewards, the APY remains high and we're sharing with fewer individuals. I'll also share a link in the description of this video on where you can easily stake. Now I'm personally staking with Polkadot and I've been doing so since the beginning as I support them. Polkadot are an organization which organizes events and conferences that are Polkadot and Kusama related ones across the world, and from time to time they interview founders and co-founders of parachains. At least they used to. I know they got busier so there's less of that at the moment. But that's why yours truly is doing a lot of these interviews now, and Jay Trana from the Kusama YouTube channel as well. To get back to staking, just know that the minimum required to stake is 50 Tor. Looking at the partners and likely those who Oak will also integrate with for their automations are Akala, Bifrost, Cross, Darwinia, Gate, which is the centralized exchange, Kilt, Parallel Finance, and so on. As for the team, we can find Chris Lee, who's the CTO, David Finkelstein, who's the Chief Growth and Operations, and so on. You can also see a number of developers if we scroll further down in the team list, such as Justin Zhu, Charles Chen, Annie Zhang as a UI and UX designer, and Christian Dirk from research, who I've had the pleasure to interview recently. If you are interested to check it out, the link will pop up on the top right hand corner of the screen. For the roadmap, unfortunately they haven't updated it for 2023 yet, and we can only see what has been planned for Q4 of 2022, and we can see the team are working on those automated features, a lot of the updates being very technical. Looking at the investors, the team have managed to attract quite the funding, $5.5 million from Foundation Capital, Greylock, and Hypersphere Ventures. That should hopefully give them enough runway for about 3 years, though that's just guesstimating because that's usually how long teams' funding lasts for before they have to go into other resources. Teams' coins normally being seen as a bonus for the employees who keep delivering for them over a period of time. And a certain percentage of those coins will likely be used to continue funding the team in the future should they deliver a sustainable product that will get that desired utility. If you wish, you can follow Oak Network on Twitter on Oak_Network to stay up to date with their latest announcements. This has been it. Thanks as always for watching. I hope that this has been useful. Please don't forget to hit that like to help with the algorithm, or drop a comment below, or subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can also follow me on Twitter or join my Telegram group. Both links can be found in the description of this video or in the pinned comment. See you in the next video. Bye bye.